Long before America gave them a breed name, short-haired working cats were already earning their place beside people. In the old ports, cats were not yet pedigreeds or champions. They were workers, living wherever grain, cargo, and people gathered.
We'll call one of them Mara. Not a recorded ancestor, but a stand-in for countless working cats whose names history never kept.
Cats like her boarded not as passengers of ceremony, but as practical companions, wherever food had to survive a long voyage. Below deck, every creak carried the weight of the sea. Beyond the timber walls, the Atlantic was beginning to change. Then the horizon darkened. Winds rose, the sea hardened, and the small wooden vessel faced an Atlantic suddenly without mercy. At sea, there was nowhere to escape. Wind screamed through the rigging as waves struck wood again through the darkness. For the small lives below deck, survival meant something simpler. Stay low, hold steady, and wait for the sea to loosen its grip.
Eventually, the thunder moved away. Darkness remained, but the sea had begun to breathe more quietly beneath the soaked deck.
And when morning finally opened the horizon, there it was, a new shore, waiting beyond the rail in clear golden light.
For cats like Mara, the new world began without ceremony. One wet plank, one cautious step, and another place where work was waiting.
The settlement itself was unfinished. Timber, mud, smoke, and labor. Cats simply entered the same fragile system people were building around them.
Inside, three things mattered immediately: shelter from the weather, warmth against the cold, and food stored carefully enough to last.
Stored grain could mean the difference between hardship and survival. That made a capable working cat valuable long before anyone cared about pedigree. Days shortened. Harvest became frost, and frost became winter. In the new settlements, survival depended on preparing before the seasons closed in. Winter narrowed the world to warmth, shelter, and whatever food had been saved. Inside those walls, vigilance still had a purpose.
Mara was only an imagined name for one ordinary life. The real history belonged to countless cats like her, scattered across generations.
One imagined life gives way to many real ones. Across farms and settlements, short-haired working cats became part of everyday survival.
As settlements moved farther inland, cats moved with human life, into barns, homes, grain stores, and every place food needed protecting.
Generation after generation, the work stayed familiar. Barns, grain, shelter, and the quiet vigilance of cats no record bothered to name. Hard work did not create a breed overnight, but life favored cats that were agile, sturdy, adaptable, and capable of doing the job. They were never one color. Brown, black, gray, red, patched, and tabby coats all belonged to the broad working population. No single cat became the American Shorthaired. What endured was a population, changing quietly as generations passed through the same working world. By the 19th century, a sturdier native short-haired type was becoming familiar. Balanced, capable, and still unmistakably a working cat. America changed around them. Farms met railways, towns expanded, and an older working cat entered a society increasingly interested in classification and pedigree. Eventually, usefulness was not the only thing people noticed. Balance, structure, and consistency were beginning to attract deliberate attention. By the late 19th century, cats were entering a new world. Organized exhibitions, comparison, records, and the beginnings of American cat fancy. Once these cats entered pedigree records, a broad name followed them: domestic shorthair. Useful, but increasingly too vague for what breeders were preserving. The pedigreed native shorthair was there near the beginning of organized American registration. its history already being written into the record.
As other pedigree short-haired breeds became more visible, one question grew harder to ignite. What truly defined the Native American type?
Breeders began projecting more than appearance. They wanted balance, substance, sound structure, and the capable body inherited from generations of working cats. Consistency came slowly. Across pedigreed generations, breeders repeated their choices, refining balance and strength without losing the breed's working foundation.
The problem was not that ordinary domestic cats mattered less. It was that one broad name could no longer describe a carefully maintained pedigree breed.
In 1966, the breed received the name that finally expressed its identity clearly, the American Shorthair. The modern American Shorthand was shaped around balance, power without heaviness, substance without exaggeration, and the agility of a working cat.
And no single color defined them. The same balanced breed appeared in many coats, each different, yet carrying the same American Shorthair type.
One pattern became especially iconic, the silver classic tabby. Brilliant and unmistakable, yet only one expression of a much broader breed. The ships changed, the barns grew quiet, but the qualities shaped by generations of working life remained. Balanced, adaptable, and unmistakably American. Every breed has a story. Every story lives forever.